the very first steps that I took on Oakwell, it was at dusk, March 29th, 2021. I walked in from this side and something huge moved in the distance. I kept on walking and it was a great horned owl. I could not believe it. I had never seen one before. He went flying from the evergreens to the left of the Frank Miles Day Garden Complex wall, landed up on the 120-year-old white oak, and actually it's more than 120 years old, because in 1918 or 1912, when the Olmsted brothers did the map, that white oak was 30 inches in diameter then. It was already a heritage oak, so it's like a 200, 300-year-old oak. Anyway, the great horned owl landed up in that tree and then moved over to the next pin oak, and I was astounded. I have it on videotape with my iPhone, and I've been captivated by Oakwell ever since. So many birds chirping that night and just so much life here, and I am just astounded. This place is like stepping into Central Park from Manhattan. I lived there for 3 years and I was crazed by the noise, but every day I could walk into Central Park and just decompress. And Oakwell is that sanctuary. It is that retreat from the noise and the incredible traffic on County Line Road and Montgomery Avenue. It is astounding. It's no wonder there's so much life here. But it intrigued me, how are there so many birds? How are there so many animals here? Clearly, there's plenty of habitat, and there's a lot of food with all the native trees, so many oak trees. What I realized after much inspection is that there is a serious creek across the road from the entry of Oakwell that comes from the waters at Oakwell. So there are 2 inlets that send the water off of Oakwell across County Line Road, and it's cut really deeply through. Today I was over there to check it out. There's been very little rain here in Villanova for a long time, and yet there's still water actively flowing from Oakwell into this creek. You can see it, you can hear it. So that's what it takes to make critical wildlife habitat. Habitat, places to nest, cover, and food, lots of insects from the native trees, berries, etc., nuts, but water, fresh water. And so this place is just, it's a treasure. It's a national treasure, right? It's eligible for National Historic Registry, and we should celebrate that and make it an Olmsted park, a Frank Miles Day park. The structures at Acorn Cottage, a superintendent's cottage, the secret garden complex wall, this tea house, it's just what kind of a hawk is that? This place is so captivating. I literally can't get enough of it. I would come every chance I could during spring and fall migration with my Merlin app and identify lists and lists of birds that I had never seen before. This is a critical stop during the most difficult part of a bird's life cycle, most perilous journey. And the great horned owls that live here, they're permanent dwellers. How many generations of great horned owls live at Oakwell? And they are free rodent control, right? And the coyotes that live here are keeping the deer population in check. The bats are keeping our mosquitoes at bay, right? The opossums are keeping the ticks at bay. So I don't know if a lot of people realize when they go outside and look around at all of the wildlife that is living there, but there's a balance that's being kept by nature. And when you take down all these trees, temperature goes up in the immediate neighborhood, the water isn't cool, it isn't clean, the air isn't cool, it isn't clean, and then all of the services that the wildlife provide that all of these trees host and make possible is gone. And it would just be incredibly sad. This is the Longwood Gardens of Lower Merion Township. It's the Central Park of Villanova. It is a beautiful place, and it should be treasured forever.